In the year 1974, the Philippines stood at a crossroads, caught between history and transformation, tradition and change. It was a time of grandeur and struggle, of music and resistance, of beauty and uncertainty. And in the midst of it all, on December 1st of that very year, a light entered the world. A daughter of her time, yet destined to leave an impact far beyond it.
Or a spirit hinder his pursuit by placing obstacles in his path. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the world famous by Joann Philippines Dance Company.
Atmospheric darkness is used to record the vital statistics of the contestants. Atmospheric darkness.
Touch my skin in hopes that I'd win. Hands etched with sorrows deeper than the ocean's depths.
Joann, Natalia, Aquino. Joann's journey began in a world that was shifting, but she was steady. She was a woman of grace, of strength, of kindness, a presence so full of life that even now, in her absence, she remains unforgettable. To celebrate her 50th revolution around the sun, Joann traveled to Kauai, a place she loved. Her health had been fragile since July 2024, when she developed respiratory issues after a bout of pneumonia. The long flight and low air pressure exacerbated her condition. In an email sent from Honolulu on December 17, Joann wrote, "After I flew to Kauai on Saturday, November 30th, to celebrate my 50th birthday, the long flight and low air pressure on the plane took a toll on my respiratory issues. I've been struggling to breathe even more since. I've been having severe respiratory issues since July 2024 after getting pneumonia upon returning from Hawaii. While on Kauai for my birthday, I stayed in my hotel area for the most part until my best friend Kathy, who lives in Honolulu, arrived to join me, and so I can fly out with her to Honolulu, Oahu, to heal and recover here. I originally had a ticket to fly back to Seattle on Monday, December 9, but couldn't endure another long flight while my breathing is compromised. Each day for me seems to be getting harder. My chest area feels tight, so my breathing is restricted. I do hope to get better though, and I remain optimistic. I've been taking care of myself through natural methods, respiratory herbs, Chinese medicine, medicinal mushrooms, breathing exercises. I had an acupuncture session before I left Seattle and have been my own nurse. My friend Kathy helps me with errands for all my needs and looks out for me. I'm also staying at her place while in Honolulu. I've been resisting going to the hospital because I may not be able to leave there once I check in. There are only two realistic ways from here though. It's either I get better to eventually fly back to Seattle, or I pass away in Hawaii. While I'm still functioning and thinking clearly, I would like to make it clear that these are my wishes. I've lived my life on my own terms. I would also like to leave the earth on my own terms. I would like to remain in Hawaii when I'm physically gone. Please, cremate my remains and spread my ashes in the ocean in Hawaii. The Pacific Ocean will flow from Hawaii to the Philippines, my birthplace, to Seattle, where I grew up.
Sampaguita is my offering to her. It is one of our traditional offerings to the dead in the ancient times. We didn't have pictures of our loved ones, and so we would carve effigies. The Spaniards thought they were idols or demons, but these were our photographs of our ancestors. That we would carve an image for them, and what we call Simbaan now, the church, actually was a little house a long time ago where the images of our ancestors were kept, and they would be adorned with leis of Sampaguita. Nowadays we do that with the saints. And so these are offerings to Joann as an ancestor now.
Thank everyone for joining us today as we come together to honor my sister Joann as a daughter, sister, cousin, a good friend. For me, she was my aunt, 2 years older than me. I looked up to her, but like other close siblings in age, we were the best friends and the worst enemies. We loved each other and annoyed the crap out of each other. And as long as I could remember, she would always remind me that I was her baby brother. For we are God's masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus, to do good works which God prepared in advance for us to do. Me and my sister did not have the easiest life, but despite of all her hardship, she still exceeded a lot of people's expectations.
These are the markings that I did for her.
Oh.
Adorn our people. I know that you'll remember her. I know that you'll remember her.
But despite of all her hardship, she still exceeded a lot of people's expectations. Graduating college, she knew what God created her for. The greatest honor He could give any living thing is to acknowledge their presence. And I often travel, often experiencing the world, networking, acknowledging the miracle of this life, supporting and bringing attention to the people and culture around her.
Their story, they had paved the way. Nana ike kumu, keyawe holone. Carry us, carry us. Use our hands, motherland. Carry us, carry us. Children, we are the echo. We are the vessel. We are the children, the next generation. Yeah. We are on a journey.
The tattoo that I did for her was this one here, the Dayaman. The centipede. And the centipede is one of the anitoforms. It's one of the animals. Here in Hawaii, it's kind of, people are scared of them. But in the old days, it represented an ancestor's presence. If you encountered one, you would still your heart, still your mind, and allow them to speak through that inner voice, your intuitive voice. And so it represents her ancestors, all these generations of time, of mother, father, parents going back through time. It's symbolic of our spine. So in our culture, the left side of the body is the mother's side, the right side is the father's side. Where the ribs join at the spine, it's where mothers and fathers come together. Each
The Last Samurai. And, it reminds me of my sister. Because Dr. Joann was somewhat of a perfectionist, you know, she had her way and it was pretty annoying, honestly, you know. She was just like, it has to be a certain way. And in the movie, there's a scene where the samurai was waiting for Tom Cruise and he looked at the cherry tree and he said, you can look for the perfect flower and it would not be a waste of life.
It's a bad thing. You could spend your life looking for that.
The essence of
It would not be a wasted life.
Bushido. Find life in every breath. Life in a cup of tea. And I believe my sister did that. And in the end of the movie, while this samurai was dying, he looked at the hillside and saw all the cherry blossoms being blown by the wind. And he said, perfect. They're all perfect. And I know we talked, you know, after Joann made peace with her health declining. And she really did make peace with it. You know, and for the good, the bad.
Like be calling me out and getting the manager, because all Joann was doing was photographing every little thing. And the supermarket, who knows what they thought? All she was doing was admiring every fruit, but she was so offended, and if it came to her mind, she would tell you, like, woe to the person who challenged her. Because she would be like, she would put her hand on her hip, she's like, you're Filipino, what are you doing? Why are you treating like this?
She got that from them.
Like super tita, like she'd just be like,
It's super tita?
yeah, so tita. Yeah.
Super tita? She
She
wants to say
wouldn't care
something.
too. She'd be like,
So just say it. It's on you now. You gotta say it.
she was so tita. She'd be like,
She was, you know, younger. When we were younger, she wasn't like that at all. And I think she got that bit of, I don't want to say, attitude from like that don't mess with me type of stood her ground and
Me and Joann with the flyers.
and I think that maybe being around us just a little bit just kind of gave her that that attitude of, who are you talking to? You better know who you're talking to before, you know. So, and she'll tell you about yourself if you cross her.
This is a very deep story. It's a very ancient symbol. It's called lawig. Lawig in its conjugated form is lumawig. And lumawig is a Polynesian short of the name. But in our traditions, he is an early voyager. This is actually a very stylized canoe. When we observe the omens when we're out on the ocean, you're sailing this way and the birds are flying in the same direction, it's a good omen, just like in this imagery over here. It tells you where the land is, because certain birds, they leave the island in the morning to go fish, and at night they go back to the island. Keep your eyes on those birds, because they'll tell you where the land is. This is the Baba Lakay, the first parents from Babae, Lalaki, or Lakay, our first father and mother. A star marked your position. We used it for triangulation on the ocean. These two birds flying to the left and the right were omen events. We would interpret that as either prosperous omens or warnings, and we need both to navigate life.
Put her under.
No, nothing's happened. Nothing.
It's like, I remember one time I was looking for, I was like, where's Auntie Joann? She gave me yours.
Was in town for a bit, but then she'd take off again. It's just like she had wanderlust, but she always came back to Seattle. Yeah.
On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Mama's in the kitchen cooking dinner real nice. Beef stew on the stove, no messing with the ice. We don't drink and we sing all day. Kanikapila in the old Hawaiian way on the island. We do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. We go grandma's house on the weekend, clean yard, cause if we don't go, grandma gotta work hard. You know my grandma, she like the boy real sound. I love my grandma every minute, every hour on the air.
If we could just, if we could close our eyes, I'd like to have a simple prayer in honor of Joann. We're thankful that you have made us in your image, giving us gifts and talents which to serve you. We thank you for my sister's life and all the years we've shared with her. We lift Joann to you today in honor of the good we saw in her and the love that we felt and experienced from her. Please give us the strength to leave her in your care as she rests eternally in your loving arms and in the company of our family members that have gone before her. Father God, also pray for my family and friends here and far. May your peace that surpasses all understanding be upon us all, and may your love comfort us in our time of mourning and continually mend our broken hearts. In your precious name I pray.
I asked Joann on Christmas Eve what her beliefs are about the afterlife. She said, "Sometimes I think heaven is where a person feels the happiest. Then God/the Creator, yes, I believe in God, brings us there to enjoy forever. Mine would be a still ocean surrounded by flowers. Sometimes I think we go back to being stars in the sky. Sometimes I believe in reincarnation. Sometimes I think we just become spirits."
Okay, man.
Hell no.
Hell, though. I think this is hell. To experience the bad stuff on earth, diseases, crimes, bad people doing bad things. Our punishment for our old karma.
Ia humau, I ku'ulei, I ki aloha pili mau. E pili mau I nā kupuna na le a ala. Ia humau, I ku'ulei, I ki aloha pili mau.
Aloha, Kakahiaka, Darshan, this is Petronilla. Yeah, I just felt her spirit leave when she transitioned, and she's such a beautiful soul and very talented, you know, and she hides her talent. And she's very quiet and sweet, but she knows that I love her, and I enjoyed her visit with me, and she stayed with me for a few days, and we got to know each other, and I just see her being happy experiences in the spirit world. And I know that her spirit is still here with us all. And more so than being in a physical body, actually. So much love to her in the spirit world. And I'll always remember her and her sweetness. Aloha mai.
You think I'd leave your side, baby? Think I'd leave you down when you're down on your knees? Leave you down when you're down on your knees? I wouldn't do that. I'll tell you you're right when you want. If only you could see.
One here, part of this last one here, part of this was done by Isaiah. I did this part here with the bird and these birds down here. This was to protect Joann in her travels. These are Ipotibuaya, the crocodile team. Because she was a vagabond, and I worried about sister's safety. So this was to ward off any malevolent people. When you saw this on a woman in the past, it was a visual marker. Do not harm this woman, or there will be both physical repercussions and spiritual repercussions. In effect, you would be cursed. And so I literally placed curses on Joann against those that would harm her. And
Bring you home. If you want to cry, I am here to dry your eyes.
She gets followed in like a longs or anywhere, and she told me about it. What, really? But when Joann would notice that, she would turn around and she'd say, "Why are you following me? You're following me. Stop following me." Like she would just call them out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's just like fearless.
Yeah.
She's so defiant and so." She will be in your face if you are disrespecting.
Oh, yeah.
So, she was a kid, and she goes, "Nope, I think that's gonna stop me." So I reached for it, next thing we're holding on just right. And all I remember was my head on the ground.
Oh my God.
And because her body's so small, she just held my ear. And she could hold her own. That's why I never really worried about her. Not in that sense.
Only for a time, for a time. Where do I go? For a time. No, I'm lonely, but have no fear, 'cause I'll be seeing you, seeing you, wherever I go.
Meaning of being alive is just being alive.
The morning of January 2nd, around 5 a.m., I received a phone call from an 808 number. It was Kathy Lowenberg, who Joann was staying with, and I immediately knew
But I've seen the worst, and
what the phone call was for.
I'll be alright. I'm doing just fine.
Kathy told me the last conversation she had with Joann was about flying me out to Hawaii. But Joann said that it wasn't time yet.
No, I'm lonely, but have no fear.
2 hours later, Joann passed away.
I'll be seeing you, seeing you, wherever I
It's like we have so much time until we don't. I returned to the garden aisle, Kauai, my birthplace, to release my dear friend's ashes, filled with regret and sadness that we never had the chance to share this moment together. In many ways, I've come to understand her even more deeply since her passing. I met Joann in the early 2000s during an acting workshop led by the talented Alison Dela Cruz. From that moment, we became each other's unwavering support, our plus ones. Over the past 25 years, we collaborated on numerous design projects. And as I created this video, I could almost hear her voice, guiding and critiquing my work. Just as wooden effigies in the ancient Philippines are carved to honor ancestors and adorned with glaze of Sampaguita, this video is my tribute to her, crafted with love so that she will never be forgotten. This is my Sampaguita, my pikakele, an offering to you, my dear friend. May your spirit be set free to embark on new adventures beyond the borders of this life.
Good afternoon. My name is Stormy Weber, and it's my sad honor today to speak of the profound and everlasting beauty and love that Joann Natalia Aquino shared on her journey through this life. I say this life because it seems true to me that such power has not really left us. Such a rooted, deep spiritual force can only transform itself. Joann's study of creation and cultural and spiritual Pinoy wisdom seems to show us that she has more work to do yet on the other side. Chief Seattle said, "Death? There is no death, only a change of worlds." Joann has changed worlds. She's not dead. Her eternal soul lives. She moved with intention and grace between the veils. She remade her own world in this life, and she shared the ancient joys and wisdoms that she found with those she knew and cared for. We met in transit, on a bus headed from Chinatown and Pioneer Square into the unraveling city of millionaires and the bereft that is our hometown. We met on the road, both seeking our true homes. I felt that I had known her for lifetimes. We'd run into each other so often for a while, we just laugh and greet each other all over again. To me, she was a true artist in the definition I most love, one who consents to dream of the actual world. Her dreams were not idle dreams. She went back through all that stood in her way and recovered lost treasures and studied the deepest, most ancient cultural knowings of her people. She didn't hoard knowledge, money, or attention. She was humble, generous, insightful, and kind. She was a real one and a rare one. Her time here was too brief, but it was full and rich and abundant with life and with living. She found the most glorious parts of this old beat-up world and shared them as she passed through. Hold her memory, love it as she loved and lived life. Today, we honor and celebrate the beloved, the eternal life of a medicine woman who walked in beauty. Gone too soon, yet present forever. I believe her spirit continues to evolve, to learn and grow and to bless this world. We thank you, Joann, for blessing us and for passing our way. The African saying is, "As long as you speak my name, I shall live forever." Long live the beloved memory of Joann Natalia Aquino.
She was like a book of ages and time that can't stand still. She was a roaring river who don't need to beg to be heard. She was the strong waves of her story, of our revelations, of our liberation. Mama Joann, Natalia Aquino was a diva. Yes.
Kaya kembali